Hello everyone, Sea Lion here. Today I'm bringing you something special. I'm going to do a full game ranked commentary. Now I've already recorded this with LoL Replay and I'm simply replaying it and going to commentate over it. In the future I'm going to do live commentaries. I prefer them a lot, but after this game it was actually quite a good game. Not because we raped or anything, it was simply lots of good and bad plays by both teams, so it's going to give me a lot to talk about. So I'm going to do one. But in the future, we'll be doing live ones. So, playing and commentating at the same time, instead of using LoL Replay to go back over it after. As far as this game goes, it's 1460, 1470 elo. This is solo queue. I'm not duo queuing with anyone here. I'm playing Nocturne this game. I decided to play jungle Nocturne after losing the game just before because we had a completely retarded jungler. But that does happen being solo queue. I don't jungle that often, and you probably will see a few things and you'll go, why is he doing that? I don't jungle very often. I generally do solo top, solo mid. I don't jungle very often, so I'm definitely not the best jungler, but I'm definitely better than the guy I had to put up with the game before, so I decided I'd jungle this game and hopefully do a bit better than that guy. As far as picks and bans go, we had the usual bans, Akali, Singed, Morgana was there, and I believe the other one, if I just check my notes that I've got written down here, was a Mumu. Now I don't really like the Mumu ban, but I'm just gonna change the chat scale. Not interested in that coming up the screen in this, because I was trolling this Jarvan for a little. But as far as the team comps go, we got Kassadin, Nocturne, Nidalee, Jarvan, and the new guy Graves versus Ashe, Gangplank, Ryze, Sonar, and Fiddle. So fairly even teams. So I'm just going to lock the camera, stay on me until anything interesting happens. So at the moment, I'm just doing my stand run. I've started with the Vampiric Scepter, did the Wolves, doing the Wraith. I'm going to go clear minis, then I'm going to recall, get myself cloth armor in a pot, go do blue and red, and then start looking out for ganks basically. As far as runes and mastery setup goes, I will put it in the description if you're interested, but it's basically what Stonewall runs. He is probably the go-to guy as far as jungling is concerned, so I just follow all that. As far as lane matchup goes, I'll cover them quickly. We've got Nidalee versus Gangplank top, followed by Kassadin and Ryze, and then we have Graves, Jarvan, Sonar, Ashe. Now if you're wondering as to why we have Jarvan and Graves, Jarvan was bot or second to last pick, and he could not play support after the guy had already locked in Graves. He's me no play support. So usual story, and this is at 1460, 1470 elo, so it does still happen. And then he informed us when we did get into the game that he had his AP runes on, so he's fairly useless throughout the game, but you know, that happens. So look past that, keep playing the game, play a good game, and we do manage to win this game. So as you can see, clearing wolves because they're back up after my blue. Now I'm going to go top and look for a gank. It has not been warded yet off the top of my head. I'm just trying to remember. He had not warded it yet, but he does back off. I don't think we get much of a gank going down here. But I figured while I was up here, before I go into the other end of my jungle, I'll have a look. So I figured while I'm up here, so I'm going to have a look at what Fiddle's done in his jungle. So I look at his mini golems, obviously not there. Red's not there as well. Then his Wraith aren't there. So I know something's going to be going down at bot. So I actually do type bot care. And as I say that, unlock the camera. What do we have here? We have Fiddle. He was obviously on that side of the jungle because he was not top when I went there. Obviously I checked all his top camps, then went there. And so he was at bot. So now you've probably noticed some of the health bars obviously aren't showing and stuff. And there's a few glitches every now and then. That's all LoL replay. It's just how it comes out. So as you can see, I pretty much just walked over the terrain there and walked through the bushes, but we can look past that. So after doing that, getting no successful gank up top, I go back to my jungle. Decide to grab the camps, grab red for the slow, and then I'm going to go for another gank depending on the situation going down in the other lanes. Nocturne's probably one of my favourite junglers, I would have to say. I usually only jungle with him and Gangplank. I'm not a fan of Lee Sin or Udyr. They're very strong junglers, but personally not kind of my thing. Now here, I'm telling bot to push, because I know they river warded. So the idea is, if they push that wave, I can sneak up into this bush here and gank like that. But Sona throws down the CV as Jarvan goes in that bush, and so I decide, nah, not worth it. By the time CV goes down, so I pretend to recall, and then eventually I just decide to recall. So I've gone back, pick up boots, health pot, ward. That health pot's just gonna give me that little bit of extra, and the ward obviously so I can ward top, because Nidalee just got ganked and gave away first blood. It's way too overextended. Not even gonna bother going into it. It happens. So just wolves. I need to get a gank going. No point going up top. It's pushed. I probably do head up there after clearing mid. Just trying to remember what I did here. But Nidalee's going to get there. So I'm just going to go back to camps. Probably grab red. I didn't actually end up grabbing red before. And Nocturne is quite deadly with that red. And I do know I'm going to hit level 6 after grabbing that red. So I decide, you know what? We'll do red. We'll be 6. We'll do a gank with red. Now I see the CV on my red. I'm not too worried, because I know Fiddles was up top not too long ago, so I'm not overly worried. And I will drag it into the bush just to make sure. But not overly worried. So as we go to smite it, a little bit of mistime and smite. Like I said, I don't jungle a lot. So we've got ult. So we're going to go for the bot ult, just as Fiddle ganks. So I'm just hanging around. Not much point here. I decided to check, see if we can't cut off Fiddles. Cassidy, because Cassidy was heading down, he changed his mind, so I'm just gonna, I got a bit of lag here, so I did get very close, so I'm just gonna have to blow flash, because unfortunately I thought Cassidy was coming down, he's coming down, silences Fiddles, it's a good play there, so I decide to recall. Cassidy tries to disrupt Dragon. I don't know if I liked him jumping right in there on Fiddles, but it worked well because Greaves was ready for it. Very aggressive play that paid off, and Cassidy is one of those champions that can pull stuff off like that. And so we save Dragon. And that's all good there. And obviously Fiddles has lost blue, lost the Dragon chance. So I'm going to go back to clearing my mini camps. I still have ult. I haven't ulted yet. Now this Cassidy's pinging mid, and I go, yep, go, go, go. I'm going to ult. Ult, silence. I get my fear off. Ryze is dead. As you can see, I didn't wait to finish Wraith. I did not wait to finish Wraith. The opportunity was right there. Wraith aren't going anywhere. I can gank then. I left 2 of the Wraith. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you're doing blue or red, it's a bit harder. But if you're doing a mini camp and an obvious gank like that appears, just gank. They're not going anywhere. You can kill them after the gank. So as you can see, just clearing more mini camps. Now I will give Cassidy this blue. I'm just typing to him now. Cass, come blue. Obviously, giving your mid that blue is really important to winning that lane, and Cassidy with blue, no one wants to lane against that, so I feel sorry for the Ryze in this game, but stop attacking it. I obviously don't want my red to take it, so Cass picks up the blue. Now we decide to do a double gank up top. This is something mid lanes have to learn to do too. If your jungler's going up top, go up with them, pull off a double gank. Unfortunately I'm low on mana, and GP has warded, but Cass is going to get a bit of damage on, which is better than nothing. Better than nothing. So I'm just chilling in the bush. I asked Nidalee basically, do you want cover? You are really low. Seriously, get out of here. Go heal. Don't give away a free kill. There's no point to it. I thought he was going to parley me there, so I threw down my spell shield. Threw in a fear, but probably not worth it. Probably should have just saved my mana. Fiddles, I'm lucky, hits a trap here. Otherwise that could have been quite deadly for me, so I decided to pop a ward down. Obviously noticing Nid hasn't had it warded at all, and she has already died once. But she did finally pick up some wards. She picked up a Wriggles. I don't really want to go into Nidalee's build this game. I don't know what her plan was, but you know, like I will remind people this is 1470 elo. So for anyone stuck in 1100 or 1200, it does not get better at this level. It really doesn't. So elo hell non-existent. As far as that goes, I decide to recall, pick up my Wriggles. I also do a very risky play here. Very risky. I pick up an Oracle. Reason for that being, we've got Jarvan down bot, obviously not fulfilling the support role, so we're not going to have an Oracles on our team. And can't trust him to buy it. The sad truth is, you're playing solo queue, don't trust your teammates. Unless they prove you otherwise, unless they prove that they're capable of being trusted, don't trust them. So I go, And I tell my team that. I said, look, I'm making a risky play. I'm going to go on Oracle. I'm going to clear out these wards. I'm going to clear out wards. That's what I'm going to do for our team. I'm going to initiate with my ult. I'm going to build tanky, initiate with my ult. I've informed them that's what I'm going to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I go around clearing the wards, and that's going to free me up to gank. And because of that, I actually get quite a few ganks off in the mid game because of that ability to get rid of wards. Also pick up a free dragon or two. So risky play. I adjust my play accordingly. I played a lot safer. Obviously, I don't want to waste that 400 gold. That's big. I've only got 1 kill. It's not like I'm fed. That's a lot of gold. A lot of gold to be spending early game. But I took the risk, and in this case, it paid off. Could have easily gone the other way. I could have died straight away after getting it. But thankfully, I just adjusted my play, played a bit smarter, and I was able to hold it for basically all the game. I think I only lose it towards the very end, when we screw up a team fight, but we'll get to that. So obviously, I'm going to come down bot, going to clear wards, see a ward in this bush, free gold for me, 25 gold, thank you very much. Going to check dragon for wards, while also warding it myself with my newly bought wriggles. Me and Cass, very good Cassidon. I decided to check out blue, obviously nothing there. If I had another ward on me, I would ward it, but obviously I don't. Now we decided to go for Ashe. Obviously knowing there's no wards around, so we decided to go for her. She is going to, or Sona, I mean, it does not really matter here. Ashe steps in too far, ult, Jarvan knock up, cast silence, just, she's got no hope. She has absolutely no hope. I ping the dragon, Fiddles is up top, I pinged it, Nidalee recall, Fiddles is up top, we can take this dragon easy. Graves comes, Cassidon is obviously protecting against Rise, Jarvan, not a very good Jarvan, decides to stay bot when the minions are all the way pushed to the tower. He's not missing out on anything by coming dragon to protect us, help us, provide the attack speed boost. There's no reason for him to stay down there against just Sona. There is no reason for him to be down there. The lane was pushed to the tower. He's not getting anything by staying in that lane. He may as well have come and helped us at dragon. So obviously I'm just going to recall. I decided to pick up Mercs, obviously because Rise has a snare, Fiddles has got the fear and the silence, Gangplank has a slow, Ashe has a slow, Sona has a ult, you know, just everything. Now we catch Fiddle off guard here, managed to just miss out on the kill. I don't know what Fiddle survives with, like 20, then he goes to ult, but Nidalee flashes over to get him, barely escapes. I see a ward, so I'm going to come back to that later. Gangplank barely survives. I go for a Rise. Cassidon did not see me come in though, but it's alright, we managed to get it. I'm going to take a lot of tower aggro here. Very risky. I shouldn't have done that with my oracles, but I had flash up, so it's not too bad. And just as I actually go to destroy that ward with the oracles, the ward disappears. So, very low. I decided not to recall. I can recover quite a bit of health just from the wolves, and maybe do my mini golems. I actually thought my wraith were up, so I was like, oh, I'll just go through, do all the little camps. Obviously no reason to recall. Stay out there, get the experience, get the gold. Cassidon takes top, so that's all good. As I relock the camera, take out these mini golems, and then my wraith are up, so I will go wraith. Obviously just doing those mini camps. Bot is a little too far pushed for me to gank, and obviously I do not have enough health, but after this I will, so we'll look at again ganking. And obviously I need a reward, so I need to reward dragon, you know, pathways, all of that. So there we go, war dragon. Because I did track the time, and I reckon it's due in a minute. From memory, I haven't really been paying attention to the chat. And I also ward his blue, and that's a good way to start. That's very counter jungling at its very basic. I'll say that is basic counter jungling. Just ward their buffs. Ward their buffs. Know when they're doing them. You know when they're doing them once, you can control them from there. So just a simple ward. The ward cost me 75 gold. I'm going to kill him, steal his blue, put him behind. Especially when they have someone like Fiddles jungling, or someone who's very red reliant. You can really hurt them by taking those buffs. As we can see, the blue's up. So my team, we're all going to start heading that way. I'm going to quickly do these wolves. As you can see on the minimap, we've got Cassidon and Graves, the new champion. We're all kind of hanging around blue. We all know he's going to do it, so we're going to wait for him to do it. And eventually he does, and then we're going to jump him. obviously catch him completely unaware. So I'm just kind of looking for wards at the moment. Anything to see that, hey, you know, they might know we're grouping it as blue. So just looking for those wards. I got that oracle, and it's paid off for me so far. So we see Ash recalling here. I don't think he quite gets hit on. No, she just manages to recall. So I just go back to clear my jungle. Red's up. I really want that red, because I know Fidders is going to go for that blue soon, and that red's going to help me immensely in this fight. So I take it down pretty quickly. Notice I don't smite it, because I know Fiddles' blue is up. Either him or someone else is going to go for it soon. I mean, there's no one else in their team that he's really going to give it to. Maybe Rise, but he builds mana, so he doesn't really need it. But notice I saved smite. I was saving smite because if we do fight Fiddles at blue, I want that smite up. I want to be able to steal his blue. Either with smite, or we fight it, and then I smite it mid-fight, or I just smite it and run. Whatever happens. So as we go, here we go. We finally see him going for his blue. So Cassidy is mid, Nidali's in mid. So I decide to reward Dragon. I see the CV, so I pretend that I'm going to the left, wait for the CV to run out, ult in, wait for Cassidy to jump in, silence, fear, shield, too easy. We steal their blue, give it to Cassidy, and it's as easy as that. One ward, we took out Fiddles, we stole their blue, and we're going to get a dragon from this, because all of us are mid to bot, so they're going to be either forced to fight us 4v5, or they're going to give us dragon. So win-wins for us. There we go, take it very easily. Now we decide to pull down a bot gank, because obviously I've been around this area. There, we see the ward, so they know we're coming. So we just decide to sit around. Just sit around. Sona decides to check, she gets hit by silence, and now they've warded this bush. So I just tell them, just sit there, I'm going to come destroy that ward. Very quickly. Obviously take out those wards. Limit their vision on the map. That's the whole point of me getting this early oracles, which has still worked out. I'm still yet to die. So it was a great investment. As far as items go, I should have said I decided to pick up a Heart of Gold just for the passive gold. I will do that occasionally on Nocturne. I won't go the Philo. I'm not gonna go Philo and a Heart of Gold on him, but I do like to pick up that Heart of Gold. And next I'll build either Brutalizer or Frozen Mallet. I'm pretty sure I go Brutalizer into Frozen Mallet here. And then obviously I get Atmas, Banshees, things like that. I'm building tanky Nocturne. I'm playing to initiate. I do get Ghostblade eventually, which does give me strong 1v1 damage. I can jump on Ash and take her out. I can jump on Sona and take her out. But I'm also strong enough to initiate. Now this is where things start going bad for our team. They decide to engage with Greaves, Nidali, and Cassidy versus Fiddles, Rise, Sona, and Gangplank. They engage 3v4 without me there. And I'm doing pretty well for our team. I'm 2-0. And my ult has really secured all the kills so far. And they decided to engage. So it's a bit of a silly play there. Obviously me just failing with my spell shield. Like I said, I don't jungle very much, so I don't play Nocturne too much. But bad engage. The other team has a strong team. It's hard to engage them because they have Sona, Fiddles, Gangplank, 3 AoEs, and Ash can initiate with her Ice Arrow. Thankfully the Ash on the other team was not very good, and so we didn't have to worry about that. Had it been that way, we would have had a lot of trouble winning this game. And it does, our initiation does cost us a few team fights later on. This game could have been won a lot easier, but we screwed up, and that's why I chose it, because it's showing lots of good things and lots of bad things, and that's what it gives you something to discuss, and I can show you guys where we went wrong, and so hopefully you guys don't go wrong. Now obviously I'm just doing my mini camps again. Cass is going to go grab blue, so I'm going to go help him with blue. No reason for me to have blue. If you're a jungler, there's no reason for you to have blue, apart from the first one. Give it to your mid or top. I mean, it depends who the champions are, but generally it's going to be your mid. And let them know, hey man, blue's yours for the rest of the game. Blue's yours, blue's yours. And then once they know that, they will just grab that blue. At my level, people just assume they get blue, and it should be that way. I got no issue with that. Playing a solid mid a lot, you give blue your second blue to that mid, and it's obviously gonna allow them to keep up with their mid if he's getting blue, and if their jungler doesn't give him blue, then they're gonna absolutely rape them, because it is such a strong advantage. Such a strong advantage when you're constantly laning. Now again, my team decides to initiate without me. 3v4 here. Nidalee not in the fight. Like, she's there, but she's not in the fight. She was just poking. Then they decided to jump in, get fiddle altered on top of the Graves, and Nidalee, I think she ends up dying. No, she gets a good flash, so good on her. So I decide, well, screw it, they're all mid. I'm not going to be able to do anything against 4 of them. They're going to take the tower off me. I'm just going to push top. We've lost mid there. I can't. There's actually 5 of them grouped up there now. There's no point me going there. I know that my team still has 4 up, and so it's going to be 4v5. And then I can flank with my ult, knowing I have ult up. Now, I see Ashe on the mini-map because of wards, and so I wait for her. I thought she was going to ISO me, so I shielded. But I wait for her to get in range, and I just ult straight to her and kill her. Obviously, if I had not seen her on the minimap, I would not have known. She might have even been able to kill me. But I saw her on the minimap, so I went for her. Now, obviously, my team did very good. They managed to push them out of mid. So they decide, Baron, let's Baron. I'm like, yep, go. I will recall, I will meet you there. My smite's going to be up when I get there. The reason I didn't want to keep pushing top is for that exact reason. I have smite up. I'm worried about fiddles coming in. I want to be there for my team. My Wriggles is going to provide lots of extra damage that they're going to need. And my smite. Turns out they barely take it. We nearly have 3 people die at Baron. But obviously they did not have an active ward on it because they did not even attempt to stop us. So basically a free Baron. So you've obviously got the gold and everything. So I'm just telling the team, look, go shop. We'll push with this Baron. We'll push with the Baron. That's what you want to do after grabbing Baron. Baron's got a few purposes. It's there to force team fights. So if your team's ahead, you can force team fights. You can also use Dragon for that. You can force team fights. Now here they're just creating Dragon. Obviously we're just going to give them Dragon. We're not there. We're going to wait to group up and then initiate on them. But we're just going to let them have the Dragon. No real issue there. We're like, no, wait. Nid's not coming. Cassidy's still too far back. Let's not. Let's just wait. Let's push. We decided to push bot. I find it's a lot safer against team with a fiddle because he's only got one way to come in. You can ward that instead of having to ward both your sides, and that can stop him getting a good ult on you guys, especially with this AoE based team. But back to Baron, as I was saying, if you're ahead, you can use it to force a 4v5 fight. You can obviously use it if you need to get a good push going. Obviously it's got great gold bonus associated with it. Now, I'm pretty sure I take out this Ashe again. She's out of position, and so I just kill her. So now it's 4v5. So it's 4v3 in mid. So my team should be able to handle that. I decide I'm going to push this lane. My ult's down, so I'm not going to be able to get there quickly. And of course, they do win that fight, thankfully. You'd hope that people at 1470 elo could win a 4v3. You'd hope so. You pray, but sometimes they can't. Now, I'm pretty sure I just lagged for a bit here. I'm just obviously standing here, yeah. I did get a bit of lag throughout this game. Mostly computer-generated lag. I have been making a lot of videos lately. And I actually left my computer on for 5 or 6 days straight rendering videos. Because I do render all my videos at 1080p. It does take a long time, but it's definitely worth it for the quality. But I left it on for 5 or 6 days, and it did not like me. I lost half of my RAM in the process. And I destroyed one of the cores on my CPU, but here we go. They engage. I got flash up, so no worries. Decide to run. I fear Gangplank as we're running away. Now, Cass and Nidalee are stuffing around, trying to fight. I don't know what they're doing. We've already had our fight. We want to be. Stick around too long. Nidalee, thankfully being Nidalee, can get away. Cassidy gets away up top, using his Rift Walks to get away from Gangplank. But it's stuff like that that can really backfire. If she wasn't playing Nidalee or something, it could really backfire. Now I figure that he's going for blue, knowing it was up when we were there. So I decided to ward it and go for it. Obviously, not the smartest idea to try and stop it in the end. So I can simply escape. I had to blow my ult to escape. Using my Q obviously for the speed up. But I did know he was doing it because obviously it was up. That's where they kind of team fight ended. So they're obviously going to be like, oh, we may as well do blue here. So I thought, pop a ward down. If they hadn't been dragging it towards the bush, I could have just waited and smite stolen it. But unfortunately, they dragged it towards the bush. So I'm just going to grab my red, obviously, get that slow back up. I will have a frozen mallet soon. And once I do build up that frozen mallet, I'll give it to Graves, obviously. Much stronger on him. But for now, I feel like in this game, I'm doing more than what he is. So I'm going to take it. Recall. Now I'm telling my team to be here. They're stuffing around in their jungle. There's 3 of them there. I'm all the way down here. Cass is obviously going after blue. So I'm just saying, look, care guys, just be. They end up deciding to be. Now obviously in our last push when we had Baron, which I was pointing out, we obviously did get the turret and their inhibitor, and we also got this tower here. So now they have an exposed mid. It's completely gone, and they have the exposed inhibitor down bot, which is our next goal. We want to push in mid, get those super minions in, force someone to defend them, and then go down to bot. Now here we notice top's pushing, and so we're like, hey Nid, go up top, go push that, go push that. We've pushed mid in, we're pushing top, everyone else come bot. And then we decide, well, so many of them are bot, let's just take top. We may as well just take it. Free tower, we take it. Obviously Gangplank, Sona, Fiddles, all in mid, so I'm like, let's go guys, let's go. We can take this tower, get on the tower. Unfortunately, take a little bit too long. Obviously the minions, not us, just the minions took a little bit too long to get there, and so we decide we'll leave it. So now obviously we've got all our lanes pushing. We've got top pushing, mid's pushing with the super minions. The bot's slowly getting there, but it is down a tower, so we don't really need the minions there. So now I'm just trying to get my team, look, let's put some pressure there. Let's put some pressure on bot. It'll give top and mid time. Instead, Cassidy stuffing around in mid and bot. So this is a big mistake right here. Cassidy stuffing around costs us this fight right here. Now we don't want to engage on these people. Like I said before, Ashe can ice arrow us, Ryze can snare, AoE, here it comes. I mistimed my spell shield, but would not have mattered. As you can see, their AoE just destroyed us. We're obviously very ahead in this game, but it meant nothing there. They completely destroy us. And then all of everyone's like, Cass, what are you doing? Cass, seriously? But no, you get those people, but just shrug it off. We can recover. Obviously, we're doing fine, so we'll be okay. But he was lucky to survive there. I mean, as you can see his build, I'm trying not to comment on other players, but Cassidy has an Archangels. Yep, I personally don't build Archangels on Cassidy, but here he has 2 Archangels, and he's picked up a Banshee's Veil. I'm not going to say too much about that. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you understand. You don't want 2 Archangels, you don't need them. And if you're playing Cassidy, you're an AP assassin. As with any AP, you need that death cap. That death cap is core. It's the infinity edge of casters. You need that death cap for damage. You need that death cap. But, you know, like I said, it's only 1470 Iglo. It's actually not that high. People still aren't quite sure about some of the mechanics at this level. Now we decide to Baron. Obviously, Baron's up. We get CV'd here, but we decide to keep going. I'm like, it's fine, it's fine. Obviously, everyone leaves to go try and fight. You want one person maybe stopping them. You don't need all of them. We get Fiddle altered, Sona altered, and we get aced basically again. I decide to jump back in here. I'm very low, but I want that Fiddle down so that they can't do Baron. That's going to hurt their Baron chances. Kill him, flash over the wall to escape. Simply because I wanted that Fiddle dead. I didn't like that Fiddle. I was like, screw you Fiddle, you're going down. And then I noticed they're all chasing a Dali, so I'm like, well, screw it. I've got 100 health, but I can go help these super minions on this tower. On the inhibitor, rather. So I take the inhibitor. I go to move down to bot to take the inhibitor. I see Ashe on the minimap. I decide to just run as Gangplank comes to cut me across, so I just keep going. I keep going. I use my Q every time it's up, and I eventually get away from him. Back to this Baron fight, though. I don't know if you noticed, Ashe did Ice Arrow in. It's probably the first ice arrow I've seen her use. So there are idiots on their team and my team. It does happen. But we had Baron, in my opinion. We had Baron. We could have killed it. But too many people left. They were like, they're coming. If we had just done Baron, I did have Smite up. It wasn't far off being smited. We could have smited it and either left. We even still have a tower here. We could have ran this way and at least fought at tower. Or we could have just gone, sweet, we got Baron. I could have altered, jumped in. Instead, not enough focus. And that's the problem when you got to do Baron. You really got to say, yes, we're going to do Baron. Okay, no B. And it's very hard in solo queue. So if you're on TeamSpeak or anything with your friends, if you decide to go for Baron, you commit to it. And then you make the decision, no, we B. If you see them coming, it's either we can do it or no, we B. So we decide to go into their jungle. We catch Ryze off guard. I decide to ult onto him, kill him quickly, because Ashe is also nearby, so I can ult to Ryze, kill Ryze instantly, fear this Ashe. Obviously spell shielding, any volleys and stuff. I just absolutely destroy her, pick up red, while my team cleans up the rest of the fight. Gangplank. Now Jarvan ults here. None of us can get to him. And obviously he has flash up anyway. But needless to say, it does not matter because that is a GG. We end up winning this game obviously within the next few seconds. Doesn't take very long. Slowly push it in. So this is the end of my first full ranked game commentary. I'm planning to keep these commentaries ranked only. They are the more exciting games. Obviously, a lot of people are interested in increasing their elo, thinking, oh, how can I do it? I'm stuck in elo hell, blah, 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 all that. I'm going to try and make a series, try to help people to at least get out of the 1200s, 1300s. It's not hard to break into the 1400s. I did it in Season 1 and this season. I find it very easy to break into the 1400s. Even the 1500s is as high as I've been. Beyond that, that's what I'm trying to do now, so hopefully you can share the experience with me and maybe even join me at that elo. So as always, don't forget to rate this video, like it if you liked it. If you didn't like it, go ahead and dislike it, but leave a comment as to why, what you'd rather see, what you want me to do better, what you thought of it, and if you're looking forward to the rest of the season, please subscribe.